What's up, guys? It's D. No Wheel Drive 229. Just hopped out of the car. It's looking pretty mean in the parking deck. It's super cold in Georgia. It is like 20 degrees, but I thought that you might want to see the car. It's really too cold to really do any driving stuff right now. I ain't gonna lie. Been driving the other car to work and stuff, so yeah. The Z has mostly just been sitting there, but I thought y'all might want to see it. Still fun, but it's cold as crap in Georgia. The super sports don't like the cold. You know, whatever. So what are we talking about today? We're gonna talk about how to get your income up. So how are we gonna do that? We're gonna wait till I get to the warmth. I should have wore a jacket. It's 20 degrees. So 1 second and what up? Okay, yeah, we back. So it's very warm in here. Much better. It is not 20 degrees in here. So this is where we're gonna have the discussion. But once again, welcome to the channel, everybody. It's No Wheel Drive 229. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and welcome aboard to No Wheel Drive 229. So today we're gonna dive into one of the steps I gave you for my people who want to get the dream car of the dreams, whatever you want to call it. It can even be maybe an exotic, you know, or just whatever it happens to be. The easiest way, because I feel like a lot of people make stuff harder than it has to be, and I really don't understand why. So yeah, you can do it at a pretty young age. Like I said, this is just my personal tips. I'm 23, people have done it younger, but a lot of people have not, so I'm just giving you free game. So here we go. So one of the first things that we need in order to get the car of your dreams is obviously going to be income, especially depending on how much the car is. You know, if you just want a $60,000 Cayman, that's going to be a lot easier to obtain than a $100,000 911, you know what I'm saying, than a $150,000 R8. You know, the higher it goes up, obviously, exponentially, you have to be making more income, because of course, the car is not the most important thing in your life, obviously. I mean, you have other responsibilities, you have other things to do, especially if you have kids, or, you know, maybe you have a wife, you have other responsibilities, you have to live somewhere, you have to have a nice house, you know what I'm saying? So this is definitely not the most important thing. So income is definitely important so that we have enough cushion so that we can play and, you know, have fun with the car or whatever. So what are some keys to getting a nice income? First of all, the general rule is you want to be making at least as much as the car is a year. So if you have a $60,000 car, you want to be making $60,000. That's just a general rule, but just overall, the first thing you have to understand in order to get your income up is you have to make yourself valuable. And that's really what all of this is. Anybody who's making any sort of income has made themselves valuable in some way. So for example, say you work at McDonald's. Say you work, you know, you make minimum wage at McDonald's doing the fries or whatever. You have not made yourself valuable because anybody can do that. So value is kind of attached to rarity, right? Obviously, you know this, the more rare something is, the more valuable it is. So I can get any 15-year-old to do what you're doing, so I can't pay you that much because I can get somebody else to do it. You see what I'm saying? So that's that. Whereas a neurosurgeon, there's not that many neurosurgeons. And so I'm gonna pay you $700,000, $800,000 because there's not another one anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the scale of rarity and value. So we have to find a way to make ourselves valuable. Even people who are, like, say, athletes, entertainers, these are generally the people who we consider, we first think about when we think about people with a lot of money. They've made themselves valuable. Chris Brown is valuable. Nobody else can sing and dance like he can. You know what I'm saying? Actors are valuable. It's not easy to act. You see what I'm saying? Who else? Musicians, actors, basketball players. It's rare. Not that many people are in the NBA. Nobody else is LeBron James. That's why he gets $200 million a year, or however much he gets. I don't know how much he gets, but I don't really like LeBron James. But this is why, because he has worked hard and made himself valuable. So this is what I would suggest you do if you are looking to increase your income. So first of all, there's two methods to do it. Either you can, you know, have a regular type job where you work for someone else, or you can work for yourself. Obviously, if you work for yourself, this is going to have the biggest ceiling, as if you work for someone else, there's only a certain amount of money you can make. You can do very well though, so I'm gonna talk about that first because that's the easiest route, the route that most people are gonna take. So let's say that you go to college, you get a degree, you start working in a field, and you choose this route. Where most people mess up is they don't do their research. So if you're gonna take the school route, if that's what you're good at, not everybody's good at school. That's not, you know, that's not what always works. You gotta know yourself and know what you're good at. If you're not good at school, then you're gonna have to do a different route. You're gonna have to find another way to provide a different service to make yourself valuable. But if you do want to go to school, you like school, school is something you're good at, make sure you do your research and you know what you want to do. You know what's entailed, how much you'll be making at the end, how much school is going to cost, and how long it's going to take. So a lot of people, they go to school for something they don't want to do, and they end up going back. And so now you've wasted a lot of time, you've wasted a lot of money, right? Also, a lot of people spend too much on school. Why are you going to nursing school spending $100,000? Why? You can do it for free. I went for free, and my friend Calvin went for free. So matter of fact, they paid me a little bit. So why are you doing this? Like, you're not gonna make any more money at the end, but now you have to pay back $100,000, which greatly cuts into your income that you could be making, right? So don't go to school for, you know, ridiculous amounts of money, taking out huge school loans. This is why doctors take so many years before they're really making their money back, because they spent $500,000 to go to school. So, you know, and it took like 10 years. So thirdly, make sure you don't go to school too long for what you want to do. Make sure you take the shortest route possible, and make sure you understand how much you'll be making. I ask people all the time, people tell me, oh, I'm going to school for this, I'm going to school for that, I'm going to school for underwater basket weaving. How much are you going to be making when you get done? Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry, why don't you know? Why are you paying money to go to school for something that you don't know how much you're gonna be? Like, that's asinine. That's ridiculous to me. I don't really understand it. Do thorough research. So that's my biggest thing. If you're going to go to school, do thorough research and make sure you know how much you will be making at the end, how long it's gonna take, and how much school is gonna cost, because a lot of times it doesn't make sense. To me, the biggest example in America today that doesn't make sense is teachers. I don't really see, I guess they just really must love kids or something, because I don't understand why you would go to school to be a teacher. You have to go to school for 4 years to make $35,000, and then you gotta pay for the school and to make $35,000, where you could go for 2 years, be a nurse, make like 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. You see what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I guess, you know, or other things you could be doing. It doesn't have to be nursing, but there certain things to go to school for just doesn't make sense. So if you're gonna go the school route, make sure you go the cheapest way possible, and make sure you know what you're gonna be doing at the end will be profitable. Because if you can find a way, there are several things you can go to school for that you can, you know, within a couple years to work your way up to, you know, $80,000, $90,000. And numbers are relative, because like in California, that's not gonna get you much. So I'm just using some relative terms. In most places in the country, 70, 80, 90, 100,000. You're gonna be pretty comfortable in most places. Now maybe in San Francisco, New York, you might not be, but you would make even more there, so it would probably balance out. But there are several things you can go for. I won't talk about them in this video, just some suggestions, but if you would like some, comment below. And but definitely the biggest one I recommend is nurse, maybe respiratory, nurse practitioner, you know, because I'm in the medical field, so that's what I know the best. So those things, I think engineers make pretty good. You gotta go to school a little bit long, but engineering is one. But there are some things you can go to college for and not have to work hard, yet make a decent living. So that's good, and that's good to do first. So I would recommend doing that first, because that's such a solid foundation and it's safer. So that's why a lot of people choose that over the owning your own business route, because it's easier and safer to do that. You know you're getting a check every month. You know exactly what day is coming. It's the same amount. So a lot of people are more comfortable with that. And if you can go ahead and jump on that early, then have that as a backup plan, I would suggest doing that. So that's my suggestions for increasing your income if you want to go to college. Know what you're good at, know what you want to do, go as cheap as you can, know what you're going to be making and getting into afterward. So do that. Now, focus on the big part. Owning your own business. So the biggest key, if you really want a supercar or whatever you want to get, the biggest key is going to be having passive income. It's like I said, it's going to be really hard to work for somebody else and then pay you enough to have an Aventador. It's going to be really hard. I know a lot of doctors. I know a lot of surgeons. None of them have an Aventador. I know a lot of business owners, and a lot of them have Aventadors. So this is why it's easier to do that when you work for yourself, because there is no ceiling. You're working for yourself, so if you can just make enough passive income, then you can have anything you want. If Rihanna makes one song, that one song, you know, makes her millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So she put in work for a specific amount of time, but it continues to pay her back forever, essentially. Whereas if you have a regular job, you're only getting paid while you're at work. Even if you're making $200 an hour, you're still only getting paid while you're at work. So we're gonna wanna focus on something that can make you money while you're sleeping. So you get paid 24 hours a day, which triples your money immediately, because you're only working 8 hours a day usually. Most people on average are working 8 hours a day. When you have passive income making you money 24 hours a day, then you've tripled your money already, even if you were making the same thing. So that's why it's just such a big deal. So we wanna focus on having a business that can be passive, because certain businesses are still almost like you're working for instance, if you say you fix air conditioners, you're still only getting paid while you're fixing the air conditioner. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of still another form of a job where it's not passive. So you work for yourself, but it's still not quite totally away from the other model where you're getting paid by somebody else. We want to focus on something that's totally passive. So like here, I'm trying to start the YouTube channel. So that would be an idea. If it keeps gaining traction, you all keep subscribing, thank you, and keep watching, then it will keep coming in, and that will be passive income that I can just put one video up, people can watch that video forever, make money forever. I go clock into work, I only make money while I'm at work. So this is the key of what we want to do. So YouTube, what's some other things you can do? The key to this is knowing what you're good at. So if you don't get anything else from this video, I really want you to focus on it, especially if you're a young person. Maybe you're struggling in school, or you've been struggling in life so far. Maybe you're a little bit older and life just hasn't been going well for you. Everyone has a talent. Everybody, I don't care what, everybody has a gift. You just have to find a way, probably more than one. Everybody has several actually. You have to find a way to make yourself valuable and make that gift profitable. Or everybody has something they enjoy. Find a way to make that profitable. Because if you enjoy something, you're gonna inevitably get good at it. If you like basketball, you keep playing basketball every day, you're gonna be pretty good at basketball. You see what I'm saying? So for me personally, I like cars. Me and Calvin like cars. So trying to find a way to use that to make money for us passively. So whatever your talent may happen to be, maybe you can draw and you've just never tried to really do anything with it. Really try to focus on that, especially with the age of social media. It's just so easy to get yourself out there now. So whatever talent you have, try to find a way to make it passive. And like I say, even if you have to get a regular job first, because it's gonna be a grind. So that's the thing with any of this, it's gonna take time, right? Because everything is either a time or money investment. Even school, even if you take the traditional route. I went to school for like 2.5 years after high school. So that was a time investment. Now I just happened to start when I was 17, so it didn't really feel like much. But still, that was 2 years of my life. And if you're, have kids now, you're 28, that's kind of seems like a long time. Waiting 2.5 years, that seems like a long time now. So I understand, but that's still a time investment, even to get a nice regular job. Because most regular jobs, you're gonna make not that much money. You're gonna have to work really hard. So in order to go to school, that's a time investment, also a money investment, potentially, if you don't get a scholarship, or any of the businesses. Either they're gonna take time to start, either you had to take the time to learn how to draw really good, or if you invest in like a house, maybe that takes a monetary investment. So, because that's another thing we can get into is real estate. That's also something, investments that can make you money passively. People pay you rent every month. That's another just tried and true way to passively make income. But it's going to take time either way, either time or money. So first thing you have to figure out is, which one do you have more of, time or money? And then secondly, what is your talent? What are you good at? What are you interested in? Focus on that, and then find a way to use that to your advantage. I know this sounds very cliche, but I feel like nobody tells us this. Like in high school, they don't teach us about passive income. They say, oh, go get a job at the factory and yada yada and do whatever. Like they don't teach us that that's not how all these people got what they got, right? So that's the biggest thing, is to find something you're interested in, that you like, that you're good at, and do it. Because the biggest thing, see, money isn't the biggest thing. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're making so much money if you hate your job every day. I enjoy going to work every day. So, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't even go every day, but I enjoy going to work. So that's the biggest thing. Money isn't everything. All this stuff doesn't really matter. I would rather not have the Z06 and enjoy my job rather than, you know, make more money and hate my job. Fortunately, I found one that I like and also pays me decently well. So the best of both worlds. But find something you enjoy, get good at it, make yourself valuable in it, and if you continue to just put all your effort into it and get better at it, it'll show. So please, just continue, don't give up, continue to analyze yourself first. This is the biggest thing. Analyze yourself, know what you enjoy, know what you're good at, and continue to work on it until you make yourself valuable. So whatever it may be. So with that being said, what I would like to do is, I would like for everybody to comment below, and if you have a business, or if you just have a good job that you love going to work, and that's good enough for me. Because really, I mean, I would be fine with just going to work. I enjoy it that much, and you know, I don't really have to do the YouTube thing. It's just, if it takes off, that's great. But comment below and tell us what you did. Tell us what you did in your life and what you enjoy doing and what worked for you. So whether it be passive income, maybe it be you own your own business, maybe it be you went the traditional route and got a 9-to-5 type job. Comment below, let us know what you're doing. But this is gonna be the first key to us getting our supercar. We gotta get our money up. Let's say you want a $100,000 car, you're gonna need to make $100,000. Sorry to tell you. So you need to start making yourself valuable now. Start putting in that time and or money, which is gonna take you time to save up the money. So either way, start putting in that time now, and you'll see it. Just like me with the Z06. I got the Z06 at 23, but I started going to college. I was actually 15. So this is 8 years in the making. 8 years in the making for the Z06, but you just don't see that. So you see people with things, but you just don't see, you know, what all entailed throughout the process, right? So I will put up a whole different video about my personal story and how I did it, but this was just a general how you're gonna get income, and that's simply make yourself valuable, right? So if you have any questions for me, please comment below. If you tell me what you did, your story, how you know, make your income, if you want to put that down there. For all the young people who are looking at ideas, I know they want to know. Comment below, comment anything you want to, just comment, just like, just subscribe. So now that we are getting our income up, next we're gonna need to get our credit up. So look out for that one coming soon. It's been D, No Wheel Drive 229. Subscribe, bruh.